Everyone, it's Emily. Welcome back on my channel. Today's video is going to be kind of a battle of the concealers. Nars came out with a new concealer, the Soft Matte Concealer, and I wanted to compare it against the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer because I have both of them and I wanted to wear them throughout the day and just give you my first impression on this one and just compare it to the one that they already have. So in both cases, I have the color Vanilla, so they're exactly the same color. They should both work for my under eyes. Both of these can be used on your face and under your eyes. I'm going to be focusing under my eyes because I think these will be a bit too light for my face, and I am wearing a foundation right now. I'm not wearing concealer under my eyes. So on my left, you're right, I'm going to be applying the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, which is so raved about on YouTube. Everyone loves this. This is supposed to be a medium to full coverage concealer. It is supposed to look natural and obviously be radiant. Personally, I have not had a great experience with it, but my skin was really dry whenever I was using this, and nowadays it's definitely on the oily side. I'm not sure how much it will change for my under eyes, but I thought it would be nice to actually just compare them anyway, just for fun. So I still have it, and this is gonna be the, like, either I'm keeping this, I'm not keeping this anymore. So let's try this on my face. First off, you probably all know what it looks like. It looks like this, and then you have the doe foot applicator. I think this is just like the super easy, practical way of doing, like, making concealer. I love when they have that, so let's try to apply this. I'm not sure if I applied like enough eye cream this morning or anything. I'm not gonna do like full contour look, which I know you can easily do this with this one, but I mean, I want to apply a realistic amount under my eyes. So as I usually do, I'm just going to use a sponge to blend it out. I feel like this is the best way to have like a natural finish. So let's do this. I'm going to use it to conceal the veins on my eyelid too, which is great if you want to skip using a primer. It's always a nice way. Plus, if you do it that way, you can actually get to the darkness in your inner corner, which to me, that makes a huge difference. So that was like a sheer layer. This one is described as buildable, so I think I'm gonna apply just a little bit more just to make sure everything is covered. I would totally go out that way. I feel like it definitely already made a big difference, but just gonna apply a little bit so I look even more flawless on camera. By the way, the color is a good match too for me right now, so I'm probably like a NW15 in MAC right now. So vanilla is definitely a good match for me right now. So as you can see, I love the finish. It looks great. I will probably set both of them with a little bit of powder simply because that's what I usually do. But on its own right now, it's looking really good. I'm liking it so far. It's been a while since I've used this, and I had really dry under eyes and it was not working, but seems like it's looking good right now. Okay, let's go with the other one because I'm really excited to try this. Obviously, I'm always excited to try new makeup, but this one is supposed to be full coverage, which I feel can be hit and miss, especially for under your eyes. I feel like concealer actually in general, like if it's too full coverage, sometimes in general makeup face product will end up being cakey. Sometimes they're not, and that's when you find like a holy grail product, and this is what it looks like. It's just a pot concealer. This is the size that you get. It's just a little bit smaller than a like MAC paint pot. And by the way, the same packaging as usual, which looks gorgeous, but gets dirty so quickly. Okay, so obviously, as you can see, I haven't used this. This is the best lighting for the color. Again, it seems to be actually pretty close. Let me swatch them side by side so you can see. Vanilla is just like a hint, like pink. Ooh, it seems pretty creamy actually. Ooh, very creamy. Okay. The colors actually end up being very close, so yay. So they should be matching under my eyes. That was one of the things I was afraid of because I had to order it online. So let's try and apply some under my eyes. It's pretty crazy actually, the difference it already made. Ooh, I have a little hair. Here you go. This one, since it's a cream, I feel like cream in general tend to work better with your finger. It just warms up, so I might start to blend it with my finger and then eventually we'll use my sponge. But to be honest, I don't really love applying my makeup with my fingers. I used to only do that. What do you prefer? Using your finger, brushes, sponges? Because clearly me, it seems to be sponge. It's supposed to have a soft matte finish, which I mean, that sounds really great for your face, but I wanted to test it for under my eyes because full coverage, natural finish, that sounds pretty good to me. I might just need to get used to how much to apply because I'm so used to the liquid concealers. Sometimes it's just hard to judge how much you need. Yeah, it's not looking so good. I'm going to zoom you in. Okay, reduce the lighting a little bit so hopefully you can see better. It doesn't seem to be looking so great under my eyes. Hopefully you'll be able to see, but it's definitely like caking up right here. No. I don't know if like I said, I don't know if I can just use a better eye cream because I barely applied anything today. Not on this side, First impression, it doesn't seem to be working for my under eyes. They are dehydrated, but a lot less than you used to. I mean, from far away, there's definitely more coverage on this side than this one. Although this one is still a good amount of coverage. Let me test it. It's probably gonna be too light, but I especially wanted to test it also on my face now that I know it's a soft matte finish. It's a bit light, but I mean, we'll try to make it work. My nose is still red because I'm just finishing my flu. So we can try it a little bit there, although it's really, really dry there, so obviously I'm not expecting it to look flawless because it's my skin. I think I prefer it on my face, definitely. So this might be a great face concealer. I might just go and exchange it for a different color. But we're gonna see how it lasts throughout the day. But so far, it's great that the colors are the same. I appreciate the coverage. And I'm glad that I actually did this video because I don't hate this one under my eyes. It's a bit dry once again, but I mean, I'll try to moisturize it more. We're still here, it's still cold. So like, I don't know where you live, it's probably warm because it's spring, but not here, it's still cold. But I feel like in between the two, I do prefer this one a lot more under my eyes. I tried this one in the past on my face and it's fine, but it's not really like, I like it to highlight, but not really to cover. But this one I actually like to cover. I feel like I did a really great job. The soft matte natural finish is good. But my under eyes are pretty tricky to begin with. But I don't even really want to set them with powder. I'm just going to apply the tiniest amount just to see. I'm just going to apply the tiniest amount of the Besame. This is the vanilla powder, I think. Transparent one. Just to see. On both sides, obviously. Just a little bit, just to see if it's gonna still crease or not. So far it's not creasing, so that's good. Actually, now that I apply a little bit of powder, they both look a lot better. So I'm not sure how they will look on camera, but I feel like they look actually a lot better with just a little bit of powder. So we'll see how they survive throughout the day, but so far I would both wear them, but my favorite one is the creamy concealer. Just seems to be just a little cakey just on the inside, which I don't know if it's my skin or the concealer. My under eye is never like flawless. Like you can see some people having like super flawless under eyes, which magic of editing, but I never have that finish in real life. So this is not bad. I've definitely seen a lot worse. I've been wearing the concealers for over 8 hours and I wanted to update you. I feel like there hasn't been any changes, like major changes after like 2 hours till now. So that's why I'm only updating you at the end of the day. And let me zoom you in. I'm never sure how things will look like on camera. Sometimes you can see better than even in person. Sometimes it's the opposite. And it doesn't look bad in any way, shape, or form. Nobody commented at all about my under eyes. Not that I really saw anyone that would, but it looks fine. But I feel like my under eyes are looking on the dry side. And they are usually pretty dry, but I feel like this is just a little bit more than usual. So we'll definitely keep testing both of them. But with that said, I did apply some right here covering a little pimple and it lasted really, really well there. So I'm considering probably just getting a darker shade and using it on my face instead. But I do want to still play with it because I might be able to make it work for my under eye. But I will stick with what I said, that first of all, the Radiant Creamy Concealer is not really good for dry skin. And I'm gonna say the same thing for this one. This one was the Soft Matte Complete Concealer. and it definitely is full coverage. I do recommend it for your face no matter what your skin type is, and I have really oily skin and it lasted all day, and it does look natural because sometimes you know how concealer on your face can look a little cakey. But under your eyes, if you have any type of dryness, I would not recommend this. I will keep playing with it, like I said. I'll try to use a different, like a more intense eye cream and then test it again. But it's okay for my under eyes, but it's not the best that I've tried. But for my face, it's definitely a huge thumbs up. With that said, if you did like the Radiant Creamy Concealer under your eyes, I would definitely recommend trying this one. This one did give me a little bit more coverage, so it could be a great option for you. And I feel like it lasts better because I did swatch them on my hand earlier, and not that you can really see a huge difference on my face, but on my hand, I forgot to remove the swatches, and you can see that this one, the bottom one, lasts better than the one on top, which was the creamy concealer. So the matte one seems to last a little bit better. I feel like they might have oxidized a little bit. You might see it on my hand. I feel like it's a bit darker than they were. And color-wise, they're actually fairly similar. I like whenever a brand is consistent with colors, especially since these two are actually the same color vanilla. So it makes your life a lot easier. There's nothing worse than like buying a concealer that is supposed to match with the foundation and they end up being like super different. Same thing with two concealers that have the same name and then they end up not being at all the same color. But these ones are very similar. The matte one is a hint darker and a hint more pink, but I don't see a difference at all under my eyes, which is great. Otherwise today would have been really funny walking around. So yeah, I think this is going to be my review for now. I will keep you updated in the comment section, but I prefer the soft matte concealer for my face, but it could be usable on your under eyes depending on what your skin type is, and if you already like this one, then you will probably like this one too. So that's it guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you are planning on picking that concealer up. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and to subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!